Hello dear viewers. As we are nearing the end of our trip to Vietnam, I think it's a good time to record a summary video of the kebab reviews here while we are still on a nice beach surrounded by palm trees. So over the course of 3 weeks I visited 10 different kebab stands in Vietnam in 4 different cities. Those cities are Hanoi, the capital, in the north, Ho Chi Minh City in the south, which is the largest city in Vietnam, and also Da Nang and Nha Trang, which are located in central Vietnam, have long, nice sandy beaches and so on. So in the course of these 3 weeks I've eaten a total of 2,915 grams of kebabs. Now okay, you need to take away some grams for the paper or whatever wrap they gave me, but it's close to 3 kilos of kebabs I've eaten. So on these kebabs I spent 655,000 Vietnamese dong, or 27 euros or 23 British pounds. So not a great amount really. If you eat 3 large kebabs in UK, you can easily reach that amount, whereas here in Vietnam I've spent that much on 10 kebabs. So how are kebabs in Vietnam? Well, they're not particularly good. The average rating I've given them is only 2.5 stars. Now if you want to compare it to UK, where the average rating is 3.23 stars, or Turkey, which had the average rating of 3.31 stars, that means that the kebabs in Vietnam are subpar. 3 out of 5 should be exactly the average, and 2.4 out of 5 is actually pretty low rating. It does not mean that every single kebab here is bad, but most of them are. And ironically, the best rated ones, where I gave it 3.5 stars, was a Greek souvlaki. However, if you're still not deterred and you're adventurous like me and you still want to try kebabs, fret not, they are pretty cheap. So the average price for a kebab in Vietnam out of those ones I reviewed was 65,000 Vietnamese dong, which is 2.7 euros. However, it also goes saying that one of those kebabs was a very expensive one eaten in an authentic Turkish restaurant, which cost almost 10 euros. So if we take out that big outlier out, then the average price of a kebab goes to 1.9 euros. The range, again without that one outlier which costs 240,000 Vietnamese dong, is from 17,000 Vietnamese dong, which is 0.7 euros, so only 70 euro cents, all the way to 90,000 Vietnamese dongs, which is 3.7 euros. All in all, they are pretty cheap. It's really not uncommon to see a kebab which costs less than €1. However, on the flip side, they're not really particularly big. So the average size of a kebab is 291 gram. The range in which they appeared here was as low as 111 grams to 499 grams. So basically the largest kebab in Vietnam was not even half a kilo. When you compare it, for example, to UK, in UK the minimum kebab size I've reviewed was 410 grams. Again, much smaller portions than in UK or Europe in general, but that is kind of to be expected. Portions of food in general are much lower here. When it comes to affordability, the average gram per euro figure for Vietnam is 141. That is better than the UK, where the average is 110 grams per euro, but a bit lower than Turkey, where the average is 151 grams per euro. When it comes to relative affordability, it is not fantastic. So the average Vietnamese worker can only afford 1.9 kilograms of kebab a day. Compare this to 8.2 kilograms for a UK, a developed country. However, it is still higher than 1.7 kilograms per day for Turkey. However, as already stated, the quality of kebabs in Turkey is much better than in Vietnam. So provided that you still want to try Vietnamese kebab, I have to warn you that using Google Maps to locate kebab shops here is very unreliable. I don't think I had more than a 50% strike rate when it came to looking up a kebab online and then going to that same place and actually finding it there. A lot of kebabs here in Vietnam are small stands which are very easily moved around, so often you will see a kebab shop which had the last review 1, 2, 3, 4 years ago, and it was a stand, and basically that stand has not existed at that particular location for a very long time. One thing that I thought was gonna help me is to use the Vietnamese Grab app, which is very popular for transport and also ordering food, kind of like Deliveroo, for example, in UK. However, I didn't have much more luck there either, because I would find a business which apparently sells kebabs, I would look up its address, and then when I walked to that address, the business was not there anymore. Again, I don't know what's going on, but it probably has to do with a lot of stands. Now, even when it comes to actual restaurant, brick and mortar restaurants, there's still plenty of them that are just not there anymore when you come to the location, and instead it's a noodles place or it's just a supermarket. It seems that the economic landscape in Vietnam is very dynamic, and I'm sure the previous 2 years of COVID restrictions didn't help either. I feel that a lot of these businesses sadly went down because of it. However, it could have also been due to the quality of kebabs they were serving. I do not know, so I will not speculate on it anymore. So that was it. This concludes the Vietnamese kebab review series. I appreciate your attention that you devoted to it. If you end up in Vietnam, there's nothing wrong with trying a kebab just to see how they make them here, but statistically you will not really be satisfied, but at the very least you will not spend much money either. Okay, thanks for watching. What the